Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good evening, everybody. You are likely watching the recording. Jenny's here with me, and we're going to talk about the incentive trip today. Um, I know a lot of people probably didn't come to this meeting because they're probably nervous, or they immediately thought when they heard about the incentive, "Oh, that's not for me. That's too much. It's too hard." Um, you probably are thinking to yourself, "Oh my gosh, how did you know?" Because I realize that that's what goes through your mind because I know that I thought those things a long time ago. Um, I remember when I first decided to take Scentsy seriously, I was literally just doing this for fun for my friends that we ordered twice a year, and that was it. Um, and I remember they announced Walt Disney World trip in 2015. So I'd only been a consultant for maybe three quarters of a year, about 9 months or so. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna earn that. That's for people who do this seriously. And I kind of like really I got to watch a lot of people go and I heard about how amazing it was. And I'm like, man, that would be cool to like figure out how to do that. Flash forward to 2017, they announced the Mediterranean cruise. And I told my husband, I said, I'm taking you on this trip. Like, I'm going to earn this. And we're going to go, and it's going to be fabulous. And I'm earning this trip for us. Like, I just decided, I don't know what it was exactly that I decided. It just looked like a fantastic trip. Literally the largest cruise ship in the whole entire world, with stops to France, Italy, and Spain, all on Sensi's dime. They literally covered everything: airfare, the cruise, food, and even you get a stipend for like daily things like lunch and whatnot when Sensi doesn't have anything planned for us. So it was a phenomenal trip. I'm like, I'm earning it. And at that point, Jacqueline, our superstar director, she had, kind of picked me out of. There was a group of eight women in her downline that were really looking to grow their business, but they didn't have any leadership. So she pulled us together, created a group for us to support one another. We made a plan. I made a plan and I double checked it with Jacqueline. And yeah, she basically, I worked the things, I did the things, I made parties, I helped people do their thing that they wanted to do. And by the time it ended, by the time the qualification period ended, I was 9 months pregnant. This is when I was pregnant with Emma. So I was pregnant the whole entire time of the qualification period. Started in August, ended in January, literally gave birth January 15th. I'd already earned the trip by then. So had a phenomenal team that, I was really going after the things and got to earn that trip. However, I what happened is that when you earn a cruise, you can take any child that you have, that's your child. It's 12 months or younger to any incentive trip because, of course, we realize that women sometimes choose to breastfeed, and that's hard to leave a baby behind, right? But the cruise line, their rule is you have to have a baby 6 months or older. Emma was only 5 months at the time the cruise was happening. Yes, I know. So she actually, I didn't get to go. I didn't get to go because I chose, because so many people had earned the cruise because it was such a phenomenal cruise. And everybody was like, yeah, I want it. I forget how many earners there were, something like 2,000 or so. They ran out of space. So luckily, I got offered an alternative, which was a cash incentive instead, and a trip to our Scentsy family reunion, and with a hotel stay and airfare if I needed it. That year was in Anaheim, so I didn't need the airfare, just drove over. But certainly I got to keep that money that they would have paid to get my airfare. And so still got spoiled. We still got room drops. We got to spend a day at Disneyland on Sensi's dime and California Adventure. I believe they were park hopper tickets. And it was a phenomenal experience. Like, I still felt really spoiled. It wasn't quite the same as a regular incentive trip because it was also reunion, but it was fantastic. It was so much fun. I got to meet people that I had always just chatted with on Facebook and got to finally meet them in person. Is wonderful. So the thing that and I even got interviewed by Jason Harwood because he actually emailed me saying, hey, you did a great job earning the trip. You have a lot of sponsoring points, da, 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 da. Like, tell me. And there was an interview. And if you look in Scentsy's archive somewhere, I know that the video still exists somewhere on the Vimeo for Scentsy's what do you call it, account. But basically he asked me how I did it. And so the reply that I gave to help other people decide to go for it was that you have to switch the focus from what you want to helping others get what they want. But it all starts with deciding that you can do it, deciding that it's possible. I have it up there. It's on my wall. I don't know if you can see it right there. There it is. It says the only way to achieve the impossible is to believe that it is possible. And that's literally the first step. So if you have a pen and paper, write it down. First step, believe that you can do this because you can. You can. But here's the thing. Number two, you can't just decide you're going to do it and then sit back and act as if nothing has changed. If you don't change the things that you're doing in your life, you're not going to get something different out of what your life is now. So you have to change the things that you're doing. So how do you know what to do, right? Well, number two, so one, believe you can. Two, you're going to make a plan. I did not mean for those to rhyme, so apologies. So make a plan. We're going to do that today, kind of briefly. We're going to make a plan. Then we're going to do the things. We're going to adjust the plan. That was number three, is do the things. Number three, do the things. Four is adjust the plan. How do you know what to adjust? I'm going to show you a way to do that. That was number four, adjust the plan. Number five is do more things. Do more things, okay? And then number six, have fun. Or is it five? You get what I'm trying to say. I didn't actually write that down. I had written that in a post earlier, and so I wanted to share it with you here very briefly. Okay, so if you have yet to look onto your workstation for the qualification requirements to earn the cruise, you'll notice actually that there's three levels of things that you could earn, four technically, but we're going to be talking about the first two mostly. It's in, you don't have to pull it up now, but just for reference later, go to the workstation, go to the incentive tab, and I believe it is, let's see, let me double check. It would be how to earn tab. So it's going to pull up like videos on what the cruise looks like. And then you're going to go to the how to earn and see the same thing that I'm about to read to you. So you earn a cruise, you earn any incentive with two ways, or I guess I should say two activities: selling Scentsy and sponsoring growing your team. Like that kind of roll into one. So you sell, you have PRV, and you're sponsoring and you're helping your team. Those are the two actions or the two activities that you're going to be doing in order for you to help to earn the points to earn whatever incentive level you're wanting to earn. Let's talk about that real quick. So the three levels. Level one is the first level. It's only 18,000 points. And literally everybody who is from like a person who probably could join in October could earn this first level incentive, which is the registration to reunion next year. So it won't include board, it won't include like travel expenses to get there, but normally a ticket that is for reunion, oh, you don't, okay, I see. We'll talk about that again later, Jenny, no problem. So what was I just saying? So you have to get yourself to the reunion, but normally a registration ticket costs between $250, which is like super early bird price, and they did that 2 years ago, so I don't know what it's going to be like. $250 up to $350 if you're doing it last minute and it's right before the registration deadline ends. However, you're like, oh my gosh, about $300 average dollars to go to reunion. That's the first level of the incentive. But it's not just the registration ticket to be covered. It is, oh my gosh, so many other things. they do giveaways at Reunion. So when we had when I was at Reunion in Anaheim in 2018, we just launched our partnership with Disney, and so we got Disney Mickey Mouse Buddy. We got the new Scentsy Go. Then I actually have a commemorative one because I earned the trip. Where is it? It is right here. So this is one that incentive trip earners who went to Reunion instead of the Mediterranean cruise. We got a Scentsy Go that was specially made for us for the Reunion in 2018. So we got this. This is like a $50 thing, right? Plus pods. We got, I forget what else. I think, well, we got catalogs. It's probably a good $150 worth of product that you come home with. In 2019, when I went to Austin for Reunion, the giveaways included the pet products, all 3 of them. And it included like some of the, like one of the pet balls, the dog catching balls. I don't know what they're called. Throwing toys. There we go. And it included, what else? Did it have a wall fan diffuser? I think we got a wall fan diffuser that year. I forget what else, but it's usually it's a good amount of money of gifts that they give away at Reunion if you're there. And that is included in the price of your registration ticket. So if you earn level 1, you're going to get spoiled like crazy at Reunion in Salt Lake City next year. Okay, it's amazing. The second level is a cruise for 1 person. So it's second level, but it's the Alaska cruise for 1 person. You need 25,000 points, and 4,500 of them need to be from sponsoring. You earn it through sponsoring activity, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And then level 3 is the same Alaskan cruise, but for 2 people, which does include airfare and travel to get to the airport to there. They cover it all in a stipend, like usually. And out of those 45,000 points that you need for level 3, you need 8,000 of those points to be sponsoring activity points. All right, and then of course the top 75, which is amazing. And if anybody is really going after that, you're going to shoot for level 3 and then more. Essentially, you're going to be sponsoring like crazy and helping people promote like crazy, because that is when you have your arrows out, when you're not thinking about your own goals, but when you're thinking about your team's goals and what they want, and you have your arrows pointed outwardly, that is when you grow in Scentsy. Take the focus off yourself, and you need to focus on your team and what they want. And if they don't want Scentsy, that's okay. Like if they are just hobbyists, that's okay. But that's when you have conversations and you talk with them and you find out exactly what it is that they're after. And then if they don't want too much of it from Scentsy, then that's okay. You find new teammates. That's what you have to do. Find new teammates, and help those people who do want it, who are spending the time to show up and learn the things and figure out how to get better. Okay, so how do you earn these points? 18,000 and 25,000 are what we're talking about. So PRV points is through selling Scentsy. So for every 1 PRV point you have, you earn 1 incentive trip point. Pretty standard. If you make it a goal to have 3 400 PRV parties every month from now until January, so that's 3 parties with 400 PRV each. That's 1,200 PRV points. You're earning points for the incentive, and you'll have earned the consistency points, which basically says you have to have, out of 5 of those 6 months, you need at least 1,000 PRV each month. So if you happen to fall short from one of those parties, your goal is 1,200. If you happen to fall short, that's okay. Guess what? You're still covered because you have that 200 PRV buffer. So one more time, you get 1,000 points when you are consistently submitting 1,000 PRV 5 out of the next 6 months. So August through January. If you have 3 parties at 400 PRV each, you're good, you're covered. Pretty decent. Any personal promotion that you earn, you get points for. I'm not going to go through them because you guys will have access to this information on the workstation. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but you'll be able to see that there. Paid at title. Again, if you become a lead consultant and then you are meeting the qualifications every single month for lead consultant, that means that you were being paid at your title. You're earning those extra bonuses for having helped your team. Then that means you will have paid at title points. The points are there for you to check out too. And then, so those are the PRV points. The next points are sponsoring points. And you can have, like, you can balance it however you would like to balance it. If you just want to do a bunch of sales and very little sponsoring, that's okay. You do have to have some sponsoring for level 2, which is the one ticket to Alaska, which is the 4,500 points. So so for sponsoring points, you can earn that 4,500 sponsoring points when any of your teammates currently, if you happen to have teammates now who are not yet certified, if you help them certify between August and January, you'll have earned 250 points. Again, this is anybody who's joined before August 1st. Anybody who's already currently on your team before August 1st, they will have, once they certify and you help them do so, you'll earn 250 points each for each person you help certify. For people who you sponsor after August 1st, so August 1st through January 31st next year, and you help them certify, that's 1,000 points for the incentive. So each new person after August 1st, help them get started, get them the shooting star, and then help them launch with their second party, get them another 500 PRV party, and they're certified. That's 1,000 points. They have met their goal, and now you've met your incentive trip points for them. Any frontline promotion, so anybody who's currently on your team or will be on your team, anytime they promote, you earn another 1,000 points. So if they promote to, if they promote to lead, star, or superstar consultant, or above even, every time they promote, it's another 1,000 points for you. That's exciting. So this is what does that mean? What do I think when I hear that? I think, how am I going to get better personally? How am I going to improve my own skills and helping them achieve the goals that they want to achieve faster? That's where my head goes. And then if you happen to earn any of the keep growing incentive points for the spring and summer catalog season, the spring incentive, there we go, that's what I'm trying to say, then you'll have those points to apply to. But I don't know if anybody did here. Are we good so far? Okay, so that was a lot of like, There's a lot of information. You might be a little overwhelmed with all of that information and those numbers. Let me break it down to you in a way that Becky Taman, who is amazing, she's one of my friends from Canada. I met her. She's one of those ladies in the group Jacqueline pulled together. So we met and we started to support each other and become friends. She lives in Canada and she did a wonderful training today in another group that I'm a part of that like blew my mind at how simple this was. So she says, these are the 2 activities. Can you read this okay? These are the 2 activities in which you will need to do. Cool, Jenny says thumbs up. That in order to earn the incentive. So you'll need to do PRV, of course. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But five of these things, so hold on. So you're either gonna sponsor and certify 5 new people starting August 1st through the January 31st. You're going to get 5 new people and help them certify. That's 5,000 sponsoring points. That already over exceeds the minimum sponsoring points for level 2, which is 1 ticket to Alaska. So you can do just that. Sponsor and certify 5 new people, help them get certified. We'll talk about PRV again in a minute. Or help your current team, help them achieve 5 promotions to lead, star, or superstar consultant. Okay, So that means you can either do, maybe you don't want to do 5 of this or 5 of this, but maybe you want to do help 2 people. Maybe you only have 2 people on your team right now, and only one of them is interested in growing a team or growing themselves in their business. So maybe you only are thinking, well, I'm going to help so and so sponsor, or I mean, not sponsor. I'm going to help so and so learn more on how to do their business well, successfully, and we're going to help them promote twice. The same person, whoever's currently on your team, if they promote twice in the incentive period, that counts for 2,000 sponsoring points. And then over here, you just have to find 3 people who want to start a business, start a hobby, and help them become certified. And that's your next 3,000 sponsoring points. So it could be 2 of this, 3 of that. It could be 1 of this and 4 of this, as long as it's 5, a combination of 5. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. Let me know in the comments if you don't think I'm making sense. Okay, now you're just thinking, okay, great, I have my sponsoring points covered. That sounds really easy, right? It's not overwhelming when you put it that way. I know I felt much better about it when I heard Becky tell me about this. But now we also have to get the rest of the points, which is the PRV points, which if you break it down for level 2, and you already have 5,000 sponsoring points from this, right? Whether you help current teammates or new ones promote, that's 1,000 each, or you sponsor and certify brand new ones and they promote to their first promotion with certified. If they certify, that's a promotion. But now we have 20,000 points still left to earn in order to earn the level 2 incentive. How in the world are you going to do that, right? You're probably thinking to yourself, well, if you can sell 3 6-pack of bars every day from August 1st through January 31st, you'll earn the incentive. That is your PRV required to earn level 2, which is a free trip on a cruise to Alaska. 3, it doesn't even have to be bars. It could be an equivalent, but that's basically 90 PRV a day. That you don't have to do it all the time every day. You can maybe just choose to have it, 5 days a week. And so divide that PRV by 5. What would that be in 1 week? 90 PRV times 7. That's how much PRV a week you're wanting to do. That's 630, right? But maybe you only want to work 5 days a week, or you're only going to focus on it 5 days a week. That's about 120. That's like 1 diffuser a day if you're doing it 5 days a week. Okay, so if you have that wiggle room for holidays and weekends. 3 6-packs, 90 PRV every day. Help 5 people do a combination of this, and you'll earn yourself a trip to Alaska for free. Oh my gosh. And then there's all those other points. Like I didn't even consider paid at title points, because if you're helping other people do this, you're going to promote. You're going to be paid at title. So we're not even talking about those other points. This is just talking about purely PRV and purely sponsoring 5 people and helping them certify, or helping current or new teammates promote. Any one of those things. Okay. I hope this has been helpful. Now, what I do, we talked about like how to earn it and the activity that we need. But here, I'm going to post this in the file on our Facebook page here in a second. But this is my planning page, and I have one from every single incentive that I've ever attempted to earn, starting with the Mediterranean cruise, and I'll show it to you because I'm telling you, decide you can do it, make a plan, and this is my plan, and then do the things, then you'll adjust. So here's the thing. Here is, that's the best summer ever. No, go further. Grow with the flow. Hold on, we're going back. That was Bermuda. We're going further back. All right, here it is. Yep, 2018 incentive trip, which I worked on in 2017 and 18. And it's the same kind of deal. You have all the possible promotion points and then every single month. So you're making a projected business plan. So that was the one that I used for the incentive to the Mediterranean. But this one I've made to reflect the current qualification standards or requirements. So PRV points, the consistency points for 5 out of the 6 months, you have to have 1,000 PRV to earn 2,500 PRV point or incentive points. Promotions, you guys, it's harder as once you become a director, star director, superstar director, you can't promote much more. It's much harder to promote once you're already up here versus when you're brand new. So you guys have like a little bit of an advantage because you have still many promotions ahead of you. And for each promotion you earn, you get to earn those incentive points. And then frontline certified currently, then frontline lead to director promotions, you have a place to plan that. And new frontline certified, a place to plan how many you're going to want / need, what you're willing to work with, who you're willing to work with, and so forth and so on. So you're going to like kind of guesstimate what is possible. This is where you kind of have to make Scentsy work for you and not the other way around. It's a very cool job that you get to decide exactly how you want to work this business. So it's not me telling you you have to do parties like this. You don't have to. There are so many ways to get PRV besides parties. I like parties personally. They're the reason why I started this, because I got to get out of the house and my not be a mom for a couple hours. I got to be myself. That was a really big perk back then. So I'm really looking forward to doing that again this fall, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But maybe you prefer to do other things. Maybe you like to do fundraisers, or maybe you like to do events. It's completely up to you. But make a plan. I'm gonna post this document for you to print out, make your plan, and then the very bottom is a blank, same exact chart, but it's blank. So this is what you're going to track as it gets done. So at the end of August, you'll write down your actual PRV compared to your plan. Your plan might be 1,000, but you might get 1,100 PRV instead. So hey, you're a little bit ahead. That's cool. Or maybe you shot 4,000 PRV, but you only made 950. So you write that down, and you know next month to add that 50 that you didn't quite make in like originally in your original plan, add it to the next month so that you can kind of little by little catch up, so it doesn't become where you need 3,000 PRV in January, which is totally doable, but it's more work and it's a lot more pressure. And I'm telling you, it's way easier to sell it now before Christmas than it is after Christmas. So that's what I mean by adjust the plan. So you're gonna decide that you can do it. Understand how, which is, I guess, something I didn't mention earlier, but understand how, make the plan. Once you understand how, talk to me about it, show it to me, do the things, which is actually asking people to host a party or offering them the opportunity, giving samples and following up, doing events, doing fundraisers. Those are the things that you do to do the things that we just talked about. Adjust the plan as you go. Make changes if you need to make changes if something's not working out, and then do more things, and then let's go to Alaska together, right? Number 6, have fun while you do it. Make sure that you're keeping in mind that this is a business that should work for you, and it should not be something that that you feel too overwhelmed by. And what I mean by that is learn to rest, not to quit. It's okay to rest if you need to. It's okay to decide, I'm gonna shoot for this level 2. And then in the middle of November, decide, holy moly, what did I get to myself into? I need to rest right now because I don't want to quit. I know that people who are successful in Scentsy, they are the ones who never quit. And there are many stories of people, like I've had people who were above me, like my upline, who have quit, but they could have had me as a director underneath them. You know, like they could have had a director underneath them, but they quit. They didn't get to get paid on me being a director in their downline. which could have earned them more money because they were my upline. But they quit. I don't know why they quit. I never met them. Again, I was a unicorn. I signed up under a friend kind of spontaneously. So I didn't really decide to do this as a business. I didn't know my sponsor once I rolled up. So, it is what it is. But like, think about it. If you quit and instead of just resting, take a time. That's okay. We have that flexibility with Scentsy. But if you quit, you're never going to get there. Never. Like, the only way to guarantee your failing is to quit. So learn to rest. It's key. It's so key. I'd much rather you take care of yourself and your family and your needs first than to quit. And then maybe instead of if you just do it that way, then maybe you'll just earn the registration to a reunion next year, and that will be okay. That's still a phenomenal fun trip. We're planning to maybe do an Airbnb. Whoever wants to come hang out with us that week. I say us, Diana and Kristen and I talked about it when they came to the team meeting last Saturday, a Saturday or two ago. I don't remember now. But anywho, it's gonna be great. Rachel was there too. No, not Rachel, sorry, Allison. I was thinking of Rachel. Anyways, on that note, anybody have any, I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording. So 1 second. Thanks for watching if you're watching the recording.